So this is my first video in really over a month and a half. Just been out here living, learning, struggling, all the same like anyone else. And that's really the point of my video today. No need for formalities and stuff like that. All I'm going to say is, if you're a new person checking out anything of mine, I talk about mental health, social issues, emotional experiences. I just talk about things I've learned. Occasionally I review posts and quotes that I see on Instagram or Facebook, and I just talk about them in the way that I see them, my opinion on them. And for those of you who always been watching, thanks again for always coming by, always supporting, liking, commenting, sharing. I know who you are and who you've been over these years. Excuse me. But my thing for today is, we're all average, right? I'm not saying no one's special, because there are special people in this world. There are people who have talent, who have gifts. They didn't even work to get them. This is always a never-ending debate of talent versus hard work. There are people in this world who are gifted with things. Gifted for speed, knowledge, strength, memory, height, weight, all kinds of things. We're not going to get into all that. And my thing is this. Most people are average, though. And it's okay. It's normal. And in reality, you actually have to accept the averageness of our lives. We all got to go to work. We don't want to, but we have to. All right? The struggles that we all go through are quite the same. We think they're different. We feel different. It appears different. But that's because we're always comparing. We're always thinking about, oh, we could do this better. We could do this better. Oh, that went so bad compared to such and such. Stop. The reality is, I'm average. When I get on these videos and I say what I say and I share my opinions and my thoughts on things and whatnot, it's not to ever downplay anyone's life. It's not to ever make it seem like you're less than, or I'm more than you, or I know so much. It's never about that. So if you listen to my stuff, or in fact, if you listen to anything and all you can find is a way to be offended by it, you're wrong. Because everyone's not out here to get you, to attack you, to come for you. Sometimes it's just the reality is that you need to change. You need to grow up. I've learned so much, honestly, in the last 3 months. But I'm going to just say for the whole 2021 and 2020, the whole COVID pandemic scene, I learned a lot. I said this in another video, but I'm just going to say it again. I've learned so much about myself, about my family, about friends, about this world from my 23 years on this earth. And I'm glad that I'm paying attention, because a lot of people, especially in my age range right now, in this generation, we don't pay attention to a lot. And let's just be honest, a lot of adults don't pay attention to a lot of things. They don't pay attention to the patterns and the things that happen in their lives and the way they pass them on to their kids. When I make these videos, I'm talking about change. I'm talking about progress. I'm talking about learning and living. That's what I seek to do. That's what I want to say. That's my overall message in everything that I do. I want to be a good role model and a good example for somebody to follow. I don't got to be famous. This is the problem. We all want to be famous. We want somebody to pat us on the back and love us and send us our flowers and all this stuff like that. We all don't get there. We all don't receive that. And you may never get that. But guess what? You have to accept that you are you. And you are doing average things. But guess what? It's the average stuff that makes this world go round. It's the people doing the jobs that no one wants to do, that allows other people to have fun. It's the people who build things. That building stuff is not easy. It's actually one of the most stressful things to do. But they do it out of benefit for others. And they also get something out of it. Hopefully. Most of the time. But all I'm saying in this video that I haven't made, it's the first video I made in a while, it's just averageness. The mundane task of getting up and going to work and all, it's normal. We all are in this together. We're all going through it. And one day, you, whoever you are, you got to accept and learn and listen that you are not alone. Stop taking it so personally all the time. I've been through a lot of things in my life. I ain't been through the worst. I'm not saying it like that. I haven't been through, in the reality, the grand scheme of it all, I haven't been through anything compared to the things that other people have been through. I always keep that in mind. I always remind myself of that. Every time something gets heavy and I feel that weight and that I feel weakened and drained, I remind myself that I'm not the only one. And in fact, I don't have it as bad as other people do. And that's the reality check. And people and you need to register that into your mind. You have to. If you're average and you're struggling, it's okay. It's normal. This is what it is. You know, my girlfriend, you know, who's also a good friend also, we have a mutual friend that we knew in high school. And she's going through a lot. And she shared that she doesn't feel like a nobody. She feels like a failure. You know, she doesn't want to be on this earth, la-di-da-di-da. That hurt both of us to hear that. Honestly, when I hear anybody say that, I can relate to that. I felt like that before. I went through my days just dragging my feet in elementary, middle school, and mostly majority through high school for all that time. Always feeling like I don't know what I'm doing. Nobody cares about me. You know, if I was invisible, I know what that feels like. It does not feel good at all. And I would never wish that on anyone. But I also realize this is unfortunately a thing that a lot of people go through, and they feel like, but you can't get stuck. And it is my message. That is my thing. When you feel what you feel and you experience what you experience, there is a time where you have to move on. And that's not easy. And I'm never saying it like it's a walk in the park, because it's not. It wasn't a walk in the park for me. And this is what I mean. So if you hear me now and you getting offended, you're wrong. I've been through stuff too. But I don't use it as a crutch. Help me. Woe is me. Oh my God, I got it so bad on this world. No. That's not me. And it shouldn't be you. And you shouldn't be a victim all the time. 24/7, around the clock. You can't be a victim. Because eventually, you're just taking the easy way out. You got to be the winner. You got to be the victor. You got to be the taker. And all I can say, because I'm not going to go on too far about this. All I can say, and if you made it through this whole video, of course, thanks as always. All I can say is, as long as you're not hurting anyone, as long as you're not intentionally trying to damage someone, break someone down, make them who they're not, you're okay. If you're struggling in this life and you feel like it's trust me, you're not the only one. You're not the first, and you won't be the last. I have to remind myself that, and I have to remind you. So I'm going to leave it there. It's okay to be average. It's okay to feel normal. Right? Certain people have privilege and opportunity that others will never get if they live 10 more lives. So thanks for listening. I hope you learned something. I hope you got a little bit of weight off your shoulders. I know I get weight off every time I do these videos, not trying not to rant too much. But I hope you learned something. And I hope as the days and the months and the years go by, you learn. I'm 23. I've learned a lot. I've changed my view, and my life's changed like multiple times. And some people go through life and they don't feel any changes at all. Some people feel dead inside. They have no purpose. They have no drive. They have no reason to live. And I hope it is not you. And if it is, get the help that you need. And you should want the help on top of that. Thanks for listening.